Why am I in blackface? Well, I was here sitting down and editing videos from my vacation that I went to the Philippines, but I got bored. So I'm sitting here waiting on this mask to dry, and I'm like, maybe I could just do a video about my experience with my laparoscopic surgery. So I'm still in the hospital, it's day 5. So I about maybe I would say when I was about 25, I'm now 36. When I was about 25, I discovered that I had fibroids. They weren't problematic at all. You know, doctors say just watch them. And I think a lot of women have that experience too. So I've had them and they haven't really posed a problem for me really. But the past few years, they've become problematic. And in about 2 years ago, I had an MRI. I almost went through the whole process of getting rid of them. But to be honest, they weren't as bad that time. It wasn't as problematic. But I mean, 2019 was when they were screaming like, bitch, you need to get rid of us or something. So anyway, I decided that, okay, I'm going to get rid of them because I was having crazy bleeding. Like, I don't even know when it's my period versus when it's just bleeding. I don't know. And when the period came, it was painful. Like, I've never had painful period. I used to tell my friend that sometimes I have my period and I don't even remember because I never really had period complications, let me call it that. So anyway, it just started getting really bad. So I'm in Japan where healthcare is beyond amazing, and I work with the city, so my healthcare is even better. So I decided that, okay, now is a good time to get it all done before I eventually leave Japan. So anyway, so I made the appointments and I was told that I have to be in the hospital for a week. I'm like, but all the research I've done, my face is getting stiff. All the research I've done says that people usually go in, get the surgery done, and go home the same day. But after what I experienced, I don't even know how that happened. But I guess anybody who has done it and who have been able to like go home the same day, I would love to know your experience because there's no way I could have gone home the same day after what I went through. Anyway, so I came in the hospital on January 4th, about 1. So I had to come in and check in and, they give you a tour and show you around the place. And then the next day was when they started kind of monitoring you, like preparing you for the surgery. I was supposed to have, the surgery was supposed to be the surgery was on the 6th. So I came on the 4th and it was on the 6th. So on the 5th, they're prepping you and giving you all these instructions and, telling you what to expect. Your doctor comes, meets with you, and the whole shebang. So that was day 2. On day 3, the surgery was supposed to be at 2:30, but my surgeon had another surgery, so we started like 3:30. But before that, let me tell you, they have to give you all these IVs, all these stuff. So about 1, the nurse came to my room. I was still in my room here. She came and she said, okay, she needs to put the IV in my hand. You know what a nail looks like? It's a big ass needle. She warned me. She said it's going to be painful. She inserted it like here. You can still see the thing, right? She inserted it. It's so big, but I guess it wasn't, I would say it's about this long, but it was going like just a little bit into my vein. So she's like, but it was painful. And she tried another area and it was just too much. So I couldn't manage it. She said, okay, when you go to the operating room, one of the nurses will put it in. Okay, great. So I hope nobody comes in while I'm recording. Anyway, so eventually I went to the operating room, and this was the beginning. I was like, if this is any indication of what the surgery is going to be like, I'm not happy. They tried so many times. Let me see if I can find some of the marks. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is just on here, right? So they tried 6 times, and they had tried this twice. Big ass needle. It's like a nail, and it's long, and it has to go in fully. I was like, I can't bear it no more. So my surgeon just said, tell you what, let the anesthesiologist, yeah, let him do his thing, and then when she's asleep, we can put it in. And I woke up. When I woke up, like, look at my hand. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me see if I can find them. See? It's like about 50. I'm exaggerating, but it's a lot that they tried to put there. They tried to put it in so many times, but I wasn't awake. So anyway, I was asleep. Did the surgery. I woke up. This was the worst. The worst part, I would say, of the surgery was when I woke up. I had the shivers. I was like just shaking uncontrollably. It was crazy. Anyway, eventually I got a bunch of heating blankets, and they had like these things. I'll put a picture of the thing that they put. I'll put a picture there. So they put that in, and my body temperature normalized. So that was the afternoon of January 6th, right? The surgery took about 2 hours, and he went in for the fibroids, but he also found a cyst on one of my ovaries. One of my ovaries, yeah. So he removed that as well. So that's a good thing, right? Then I was taken to my room. You guys, there I had tubes. I had in 5 tubes. I had tubes in places I don't want to tell you about. So for laparoscopic surgery, if you don't know, it's less invasive. So they don't cut you like they normally do in the past. They make incisions. I swear the nurse is coming. Not my room. They make incisions. Okay, I can show you my incisions because the things are off. Okay, this is one, right? Oh, shit. Can you see it? It's so dark. This is one. This is 2. Where is it? And 3. And then this is painful. My navel. I had to take out my navel piercing, but in my navel. So they make 4 incisions. And I don't know. I'm gonna ask my doctor today. I'm gonna confirm it. He said they go in, remove them or get them, but then they take them out through your vajayjay. That's what he said. So yeah. He said if they were too big, they would have to slit my vagina, but they never had to do that because I guess they weren't too big. So, the nurse is coming. Nurse is coming? No, nurse is not coming. Anyway, so they did that. I got to my room, like I said. I had a tube in the one over here. I had a catheter for peeing in my vajayjay. I never had on anything, so there was another tube in there for bleeding as well. That's 3. I had this hand. I had the big ass IV thing here, and then I had another thing in my spine area. So that was like 5 tubes in my body. I was just lying in the bed. I can't move. I can't do anything. I'm in pain. I'm sore everywhere. I'm weak because I hadn't eaten for. This would have been the 2nd day of no food, but I'm getting fluids. What else? So, okay. So you're monitored every hour. You're hooked, even like the blood pressure machine. It's on your hand, and every hour you feel it. So once that goes off, I guess there's a timer with the nurse. So they come in, they change your fluid, empty urine, blood, blah blah blah. The whole works. They do that for every hour. In Japan, they're very, what's the word? They're very particular about everything, and they're very careful, and yeah. It's annoying because you want to sleep because you have all these meds, but you can't sleep because every hour a nurse comes in. Every hour, test you. They're testing everything. and give you whatever medicine you need to get. So that was the night of the surgery. I didn't sleep at all. Like, I couldn't sleep. Next morning I woke up. My doctor came about 6:30 thereabouts, and he came and he checked in. He said, "Oh, everything looks good. Everything is good." But I still had all these things hooked up to me. He said, "Okay, give us until I think he had said until midday. If you can walk, then we'll remove the catheter." But they did remove the bleeding one, and I was able to the nurse did put on like a sanitary napkin. So I still had in the catheter, I still had in the spinal thing, I still had the big needle in my hand, and I still had, yeah, so there were four. Then the nurse tried to get me up about 11, and I was immediately like about to pass out. I got so dizzy, so I had to lay back down, and they couldn't remove the catheter at that time. Then about an hour later, she tried again. She said, "Okay, let's see if you can stand." So I stood, and she said, "Can you walk to the door?" And I'm just shuffling because I'm holding one bag here. It's just crazy. Something is around my neck. So anyway, I was able to walk. So she's like, "Okay, we're going to remove that so you can actually get back your strength so you can at least go and use the toilet on your own." So that's tube number 2 removed. This was, like I said, the day after the surgery. And for lunch, I was able to eat a little, which was I'll insert the picture of what I ate. So it's like rice porridge, some soft beans, and some spinach, and half a banana. That was it. Maybe some broth. Yeah. That was lunchtime, and then dinner was basically the same thing. But throughout the day, every hour, the nurse is coming and checking and checking and checking and checking. And each time they notice that something gets better, they're removing something. So day 2 after the surgery, they removed I guess because they did the surgery inside my tummy, they had one of the tubes in there that was draining blood. So day 2, they removed that. Day 2 is today. What am I talking about? Day 2 after the surgery. Yeah. So they removed that, and everything looks good. They said, "Okay, fine, you can eat food." I had a lot to eat. And thanks to my friend Takai, she brought me some amazing snacks. So delicious. She brought me nice desserts. Not snacks. Those are like, let's not call them snacks. Let's call them desserts. I ate both of them, by the way. And so that was the second day. So that would have been my 4th day after the surgery, right? So today is day 5, yeah. My 4th day in the hospital, so it's day 5 now. What happened today? Today the thing for my spine, which was the pain thing, that was, I would press that. If I'm feeling a lot of pain, I could press it and get more pain meds. But if not, it automatically gives me pain meds every hour, I think. So I wasn't in a lot of pain. So they removed that today, and they removed the IV today. So I no longer have any of the tubes in me, and I was able to shower today. Oh my God. I was able to shower and brush my teeth, and you see I have on my mask. So that was so good. What else? What can I say about the surgery? It was, you don't know anything because you're sleeping, huh? And when you wake up, I guess different people react to it differently. I had the shivers, so they got my temperature normalized. I guess my blood temperature. I don't know what to say caused it, but I was just shivering. But I guess they're in your blood. Your blood is going in and out, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. And what else? Yeah, so it's today. I'm not standing fully straight, but because when I pull myself fully straight, that's why I'm not lying down fully. So I have my bed up. Not lying down fully, because when I do, it kind of pulls on it and it makes it painful. But I'm not gonna be in this position, so I have to get my posture up. So what I do occasionally, I stand up and kind of stretch a little bit. It's a little bit painful because I'm sore, But my stomach is swollen because they were all up in my business, so I'm sure, they were all up in there, so it's all swollen. It's sore, it's painful occasionally, but I have this really strong pain pill that I take every 6 hours. So once I take that, I feel no pain, but the soreness is there. What else? So yeah, that's basically it. I'm just here today. I'm normal today. I'm not doing anything. My nurse only came once for the entire day. I eat normal. They say I can eat whatever I want. No restrictions whatsoever. And yeah. Oh, the gas pain. You get so gassy because for the surgery they do have to pump your stomach with air. So to get rid of that, oh my gosh, I missed something. The day before the surgery, I told you that they prep you. So a part of the prep is the day one, the night of day one, because I came in midday, 1 o'clock or whatever. That night you get not an enema. What do you call it? Laxative. You get a laxative, and then the next day they give you an enema because they're like cleaning you out, and you're not supposed the nights. Yeah, you're not supposed to eat anything, so they give you the enema. So the next day you're completely clean for the surgery. For the surgery, they do pump your stomach with air or whatever. So that's, I don't know, they can access it. So after the surgery, you feel gassy, like you feel pain in your shoulder, you feel pain in your leg. People talk about gas pain, so you drink a lot of warm water. They'll allow you to drink warm water, but that's it. The day after the surgery, you can drink warm water only. That's it. Nothing with anything in it. No juice, no tea, just warm water. That helps a lot with the gas pain. And they check all the time if you're passing wind, if you're farting. They check that because that's important. Which you do a lot. But it's such a relief when you do. So there was that part. What else did I miss? Tomorrow they're gonna remove my stitches and I have to go to meet with the doctor. I have to go to the actual doctor's room to meet, and then which tomorrow is going to be day 6, and then day 7 at 10 a.m. I leave, go pay whatever I need to pay, and go home. So yeah, if I remember anything, because I won't post this video, I don't have Wi-Fi now because I brought my Wi-Fi, but I'm supposed to get somebody to hook me up, but I'm just not in the mood. I have data, but the data is not strong enough to upload to YouTube, so I'll upload it. If there's anything else, I'll add it to the video if I remember anything else that I need to tell. But yeah, the surgery, like I said, it's not very invasive. You don't feel anything. You're asleep. But I don't understand, with what I have gone through, I don't understand how people do it and go home the same day. I don't get it. But anyway, I can understand why I had to be here for the few days, but I don't understand why people would go home the same day. So yeah, anyway, that was my experience. It's a long video, but I just had to tell my experience, how I remembered it. So my face is stiff like a board, so I'm gonna go wash this thing off now. So bye guys.